California is at a crossroads. Population is expected to reach 60 million by mid-century. New energy resources need to rapidly come online in order to meet the energy demands of a growing population. And yet, California is already experiencing the impacts of climate change and is committed to reducing its greenhouse gas emissions. So, rather than looking to fossil fuels, the state is turning to energy efficiency as a source of energy. There are 14 million residential homes in the state, 80% of which were built before modern energy efficiency standards came into force. So, just like my friend the tortoise here, California desperately needs green homes in order to survive and thrive in the 21st century. For my master's thesis at UC Berkeley, I was tasked with researching what would happen if the state were to mandate energy efficiency upgrades in these older residential homes. The trigger I was considering was time of sale. In other words, an upgrade would be required every time a home exchanged hands. The upgrades I was looking at were basic. They would cost a few $100s and would save around 1 ton of greenhouse gas emissions per home per year. So I set off on my policy analysis path looking at time of sale. And about halfway through my project, I crunched one number that epitomized for me why policy analysis needs to be an iterative and evidence-based process. 3%. 3% of the housing stock turns over in a year. And of these, homes on the corner and starter homes tend to sell again and again. This means that under time of sale, it could take 200 years for all of the homes in the state to be upgraded. We do not have 200 years to act on climate change. So I went about constructing an alternative policy that would address this and other issues that I found with time of sale, called phase-in. Under this approach, homes would be required to upgrade on an incremental basis from oldest to newest, depending on the decade in which they were built, with a new decade of homes being required to upgrade every few years. I recommended a phase-in approach for the following reasons. 1, it would achieve the biggest energy savings up front, because the oldest and most inefficient homes would upgrade first. 2, taking the upgrade out of the time of sale window would avoid slowing the housing market and would give homeowners a chance to experience the benefits of an energy efficient home, like comfort and cheaper utility bills, making them much more likely to champion it later on. 3, it would address political concerns about a significant lobby in the state, the California real estate community, which vocally opposed a time of sale mandate, and yet the same community was already funding, through its charitable giving, upgrades for low-income homeowners. So, not only would the policy avoid the ire of a serious lobby in the state, it opened the doors to opportunities to work together and ensure that low-income homeowners would not be unduly burdened with the cost of the mandated upgrade. Finally, it accomplishes the goal of an energy-efficient housing stock within a reasonable period of time. Phase-in really is a case of slow and steady wins the race.